Good morning, guys. It's Monday and I was not going to vlog today because we have a week until lambing starts. A week. Didn't get the memo. How are we doing, Mom? Hi, little monkey. Hello. Have you had a drink? You have a warm mouth. Can you get up? It's a big lamb. A week early. Hey, Mom. I'm just gonna see if it'll stand. Just a sec. Can you stand? Not quite? Not yet. Not quite yet? Attack of the mom. Super mom. I might grab some colostrum just to make sure it's drank because I wasn't here, so I don't know if it's drank or not. So I got 50 mils into him. I don't know if he's been up yet or not. It might have been already up and drinking, but usually when Mom paws at them to get up, they get up. And this one's not even acting at all like it wants to. So I have to keep a close eye. And if another hour goes by and I still haven't seen it even interested. The one thing is it hasn't been crying for any food. Like it's not bawling, and if it was hungry it would be. The skin bounces back here, which means it's hydrated, I think. It's what I was taught. And its mouth is warm, but it's warm outside, so that's not always a good indication. And it does have a sucking reflex. These early ones are always tough because is there a reason she gave birth early? I'm not sure. We will we'll get on doing some chores, and I'll just keep an eye on this little guy. So guys, I've just got my eye on this one. She's been at the back when these girls are eating, which is never a good sign unless you are expecting lambs. The other thing is she's not overly bagged up. She's got a little udder, but not a crazy one. Her tail isn't lifted. Her vulva is not swollen, which means she could be trying to miscarry, which would really suck when we're only a week away from having babies. And I'm always nervous. This is a ewe lamb, so it's a first-time lammer, and I'm always nervous with first-time lammers. I want them to make their full term because I have struggled with chlamydia in this flock, which usually affects ewe lambs, and they will abort or miscarry early. And I just hope I hope I don't have to deal with that. This group, they've been vaccinated. I don't know. I'm just keeping an eye, but I don't like the way she looks. She was pushing when I was feeding, so. I'm over in the finishing barn, and there's Rusty. He's weaning very nicely. And Ruby is right there. You can see her little black head behind that lamb. Ruby! You see her looking at me. Hello. So they are doing good. Everyone is really quiet, and their moms are quiet. So I think weaning is a success. We're just working on water bowls. I filled up some pails just to make sure whoever hasn't got this figured out still has water. I'll do this for probably a good part of the week. Hello. So good news. This is the 4th time I've tried to feed this lamb today, and it finally drank 150 mils for me, and it's looking much more aggressive. It's just a really slow start. She actually, when I was feeding, delivered another one, and it was stillborn, so that kind of sucks. Nothing wrong with the lamb at all, and it was coming out perfectly. and it just came out not with no vitals at all. So not sure what's going on. They were both beautiful sized lambs. Like they're probably 8-9 pound lambs for being a week early, but this is nice to see. We'll take that little win. Hey? And the other one I'm watching, she's still pushing, so I don't know what to do with her. I think right now, Jess and I are gonna get all this hay equipment back to Ethan and Joanna. Now that we got a few, now I got this one drinking, that makes me feel a lot better. So we're gonna just go run and do that now. It should take an hour, a couple hours maybe. And then I'll just keep checking this lamb. Good? Yep. I don't think it'll roll. A little crooked in the back, but okay. So I've dropped off all the wagons to Ethan's, but there is a the road's getting graded right now, so there's lots of equipment, and the gravel's really soft. And the last thing I have to take back is the merger, and the merger is really wide on the one side. And I'm just a bit nervous because it's not my equipment. So I think I might just wait for, if Ethan doesn't need this right away, I might take the merger back another day just because I'm not comfortable with it. I lost Jess. She is helping Mark clean out a wheat bin right now in this heat. So they're gonna be happy, thirsty maybe. I'm just doing a little evening stroll and checking on my little lamb who's doing really well. It got up and stretched, which is always a good sign for a little lamb. If they get up and stretch, then it usually means they've ate. So it's a lot stronger on its feet, which is good. And that other ewe that was pushing when I was feeding this morning, I got her in here this afternoon and checked her, and sure enough, she had a stillborn. She was aborting. It wasn't even formed. It was literally a fetus. So why she aborted early, I don't know. My fingers crossed that there's no bugs. There it's going. There, buddy. So the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Same goes for a lamb that's not 100%. I'm going to feed it another bottle. That will be a lot today, won't it, Mom? This lamb is not right, and I don't know what it is, but my gut is saying it's not 100%. All right. So the problem with preemie lambs is they're just, sometimes they are slow to just come to life. So it's not drinking. So it's either drank today or, I don't know, because it did drink from me earlier, so no. Hello. Anyways, first lamb of the day. Good today. Okay, let's go see what else we got going on today. Oh. So this one had one stillborn. See, these guys are early. These are these first timers. So this is the second one. So it's just a little unnerving just because there can be a bit of a bug, but she is bagged up nicely. So it could just have been something wrong with the lamb. Sometimes at the beginning of lambing, you can have some of these issues. I might move her down to the lambing pen and just see if there's another lamb in there, but I'm not very hopeful it's alive. I don't know what is going on. I hope it's not the beginning of issues. So that didn't end well. The lamb came out with barely a pulse, so I worked on it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, and it just never took a breath. So I'm praying it's just an early baby and that there's nothing else wrong, but it's just so discouraging when some lambings can start out so well, and ewe lambs, first timers, I just always seem to, the first ones that come out seem to have issues, and it is quite common, but I got so many vaccination programs and stuff going on that I'm trying to not have that issue. It's frustrating. Had one yesterday as well, so that's 2 out of, there's 59 ewe lambs in here, so I have to do a percentage, and I think it's 4%. So once I hit that, I have to talk to my vet anyway, so I'm just maybe gonna fill them in. He'll tell me not to worry until I get to a certain amount, but I always worry. I have resorted back to putting my Grinch-like apparel back in the rotation because it is so hot today. No new lambs since our little catastrophe this morning. Jess is filling the buggy with some wheat. We're trying to empty a bin, and it's a lot faster to load majority of the truck with the grain buggy. Makes things a bit faster for the truckers so they can get in and get out and not have to be here for an hour loading the bottom of a bin. I wait for that light to turn green. Jess will turn green when she wants me to go ahead, and then I'll stop when it goes red again. There, it's green. No, I don't do anything, just drive. Red. Slick. Good morning. What is it? It's Wednesday morning. Mark and I did a quick crop tour this morning and then went to McDonald's for breakfast. Drive-through, of course. We got a little bit of rain early this morning, and it was so hot here yesterday, and everything was starting to really wilt up. So, so nice to get rain. I think we only got about 4/10, but every little drop right now helps. Crops are looking very relieved this morning, so let's go see if we have lambs. My little one's doing good. It's gonna need processed today, recorded with Mom. And then I might have to make just a little pen for them. This girl's got retained placenta, the one that lambed the stillborn yesterday. So I gave her some penicillin yesterday. I'm gonna have to give her another dose today and another dose tomorrow. And hopefully she will clean out. That's why she's in here still. I just want to be able to, I can't catch them very well when they're in there, so I'll keep her in here for one more day. Doesn't look like we have any new ones today, which means one day closer to due date. I want them now as much as I want lambs. I don't want them early, so I really want them to hold on until they are ready because I'm always scared of abortion bugs when there's new ewes lambing. So looks like we're in the clear. I want to give you an update on the leg ewe, the mastitis ewe, Billy, because everybody wants to see Billy. and Betty, my blind ewe. So let's have a look. Hello. Hello. Everybody misses you. Hello. Everybody's friendly now, aren't you? Okay. Mom with the foot, straight over there. Definitely got weight on it now. She doesn't even really limp, which is nice. So I will be taking that off, and I'll give that another look here in the next day or two. But she's healing really nicely. So there is Betty, and she can see. She's looking up God. So that is amazing. Hi, Betty. So that's the ewe that had mastitis. So she's chewing her cud. She still doesn't look like the prize ewe, but she's definitely a lot happier than she was a week ago. What I was going to show you is how I set up my Gallagher for my next lambing group. So I'm just gonna quick show you that now, because I don't really show you a lot of the behind the scenes. I just get right into lambing, and it really does take me a week, if not longer, just to, number one, get in the mindset of lambing, and number two, make sure I have everything ready, because once lambing starts, there's not a lot of time to think about anything, and you need to have the stuff right there. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into options. I'm going to create a new session. Enter name, and I'm gonna call this group, my group 3, lamb. I'm going to add that we're gonna give them selenium, because every lamb is gonna get selenium. Okay, and then everything else is already in there to go. So we are good to go. June 10th. Okay, and now I will go and tag that little lamb. Okay, I'm set up with my lambing kit and my Gallagher. I'm just gonna connect the Bluetooth. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tag the little lamb first with an RFID tag. It's gonna scan it with my gun, which is Bluetooth, and then it's gonna go into here. I'm gonna record all the information, birth weight, date of birth, the mom, the sire, well, sire breed. I don't actually know the actual sire. And then I'm going to put a paint mark, and it's going to be number 1 because it's the first one born. So that is kind of what you're going to see me do right now. And then for the ones that miscarried here, aborted, I also record them too, because even though their lambs aren't alive, I still want to account for all of that and put them in my numbers, because I can never improve unless I know what has happened. Hi, Mom. So here's my little lamb. All right, let's do this quick. So I'm gonna tag her ear. It's okay, Mom. Yes, it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna scan the tag. I'm going to weigh the lamb. This is a little harness to weigh it in. Yeah. 10 pounds, and it's a twin, so it did really well. Okay, and now I'm gonna give it its little shot. So selenium, I just do 1/4 cc. You're hot, buddy. And then typically I would dock their tail. The last group I had actually run out of these, so I didn't get them all done. So a lot of people have asked, you know, why aren't they all docked? Why do some have tails? Why do some not have tails? The ram lambs I didn't bother doing, some of the last ones, because they really don't need done because they go to market. Mom, stop. But I will do them now that I have them. We're going into some hot weather. I'm worried about flies and fly strike. So, what's the matter? I'm just gonna dock it for hygiene. What's the matter? It's already had its first poop, which is good. And you want that first poop of a lamb to be that really bright yellow. It means it's drank colostrum. Colostrum is really quite bright yellow. I'm going to put singles. They're going to be red this time. And you're number 1. So there's number 1. And I'm gonna mark mom. So baby and mom match. So if anything ever happened, if the little lamb got in and out, or if mom had like 2 lambs but she was always with one, I could easily go find the other one in the pen and match mom with it. So that's why I number. This idea I got from another producer, but I really like it. I really like labeling them just so I don't lose track of who's who. Now I'm gonna put all his information in here. I already did the weight of it. Now I'm gonna change the life data. So the sex was a ram lamb. Date of birth was Monday, which was the 8th. The dam, so for the dam, all I have to do is scan her tag, and it auto-populates right there because she's already in my system. So because I don't really know her breed and I don't really know who she was bred to, I go to pedigree because I have all that recorded. I know this lamb's grandma was a Steel ewe. So actually this is one of my first Steel sired babies. Hey baby, that's really cool. So these are the new rams I bought in December. If this was a female, this would be my first replacement ewe lamb, but because it's a ram, I won't be keeping it. So this is a Steel cross, because I don't actually know who this dam was sired to, so I just say Steel cross Steel. So it's sired Steel breed. I'm gonna have to actually add new breed because I don't have that yet. Steel cross Steel. Steel cross Steel. So that is the new breed. And it was a twin. So what I do is I take the mom's number, which is 854. So I go 854A. And then I go, it was dead. It was stillborn. And then I go, same thing, I go here. And same date, June 8th. Dam, I just scan it. There we go. And then, just like before, it's a Steel lamb. Steel cross Steel. And it's a twin. And then for this, because it's dead, I actually go to the animal and I put record animal as dead. And then up here, I didn't actually waste an RFID tag, of course, because they're expensive. I just made up a number for it. And then I just wrote, it's in my system now as not alive. And I said why, and it's still got all the information. So that is how I record a lamb. I just opened up this up a bit for them, just so they're not in such a small, tight little area. I really only like leaving the ewes with their babies for 24 hours in that bonding pen. And that's just so I can observe, I can make notes, I can keep an eye on how they're doing. Now these guys were in for 48 hours. I was a little concerned that lamb was a little off, so I just wanted to watch it a little longer.